And now, please welcome Tammy Peterson.
Hello, Dublin. My grandfather was from Belfast, so when I come here, I kind of, yeah, right on. So Dr. Peterson's going to come out here tonight. I'm sure you're very much looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. And with that, I won't let you wait any longer. I'll invite Dr. Jordan B. Peterson out on stage.
You Irishmen are such an excitable bunch. It's always fun to come to Dublin. I think it's probably too much fun to come to Dublin, actually. Yeah, so it's really remarkable to see you all here, and appreciate, as I always do, appreciate the fact that you've all taken the time and expended the effort to come and see this. I thought I would wander through the 24 rules, and I don't know how many I'll address, but we'll see how it goes. So maybe we'll start with a rule from the first book, 12 Rules. Treat yourself, this is rule number 2. Treat yourself like you are someone you are responsible for helping. That's a hard one. You know, there's an injunction, a moral injunction, that you should treat other people like you would like to be treated yourself. The golden rule, let's say. And rather than he who has the gold makes the rules, right? That's not an injunction to sacrifice yourself in some unending way for the benefit of other people, which is often how it's interpreted. And it's not that. It's advice in relationship to reciprocity. And this is something really worth knowing. I've been thinking about this for a long time, you know, because I got interested in the nature of malevolence and motivation for atrocity. I got interested in the nature of evil, and certainly as a consequence of studying atrocious behavior at the clinical level, and then also at the political and economic and sociological level, I definitely became convinced that it's a very naive person indeed who doubts the existence of evil. I think it's easier to become convinced of the reality of evil than it is to become convinced of the reality of good. It's easier to define evil than it is to define good. But if you can specify the nature of evil, you help yourself infer the existence of good, because you can say to yourself, you can conclude that whatever good is, difficult though it may be to put your finger on it, it's the opposite of evil. I did have this inkling, you know, way years ago when I taught at Harvard. I was teaching about very dark things, about individual motivation for the sort of acts that characterized, say, the worst atrocities of the Holocaust and the catastrophic situation with regards to Stalinist Russia. Those were the two places I focused on the most. And I had this voice in the back of my head always when I was lecturing, very serious lectures, that if I could really manage those lectures properly, I would do it with a sense of humor. And I thought, that just cannot be right. How in the world can you deal with a topic that dark in a manner that's playful? I thought but the voice wouldn't go away. And I knew there was something to it. And so I've been trying to think about how do you concisely conceptualize the opposite of evil? How can you tell when things are going in the opposite direction? What If there's a malevolent spirit that might inhabit you if you walk down the darkest possible road, what would be the opposite of that spirit if it was inhabiting you, so to speak, if you were walking down the most positive of roads? And I would say, I do believe this to be the case, that's play. So, children play, and it says that there's a gospel statement that unless you become as little children, you'll never enter the kingdom of heaven. That's a very complicated statement. It means in part to regain the pristine perceptions of wonder